Good day. How are we? Having a fantastic time, I hope, all you gidunts. Gotta set up the phone. The all-important phone. Alright. Got so many changes I need to make to the overlay at some point. I just need to get around to it. So many. So many. I'll get around to them soon enough. Soon enough. I think tomorrow I'll finish off the poses for the bobbleheads in Bobble Shop Sim. Start working on the artwork for the achievements. Then we can start. We start doing that. And then I implement the achievements, obviously, once that's done. Once those things are done, then in my off time I can start updating the overlay. Fixing things, adding things, removing things, changing things. Oh, so many things. All the things to be done. All of it. All of it. So much of it. Dare I say, too much of it. Who knows? Alright, so what do we need here? We're going to be setting up our game area. Like the main area the player is in. And then the areas they can go to will be like their own scenes that get instanced when they're needed. Yeah. How am I going to do this though? Because I do want some secret area stuff. I would need to do something. I could do it that way. Yeah, so there's going to be some rooms and some puzzle stuff and whatnot that I do off stream to maintain secrecy. That's probably the biggest thing about a shop sim. Well, not a shop sim, a puzzle sim, is you don't want to have all of the solutions and all the secret stuff and whatnot on stream for everyone to see. How you doing, Jaeger? What's the haps? Let's see. Yeah, we don't need any of that stuff at the moment. Alright. Woot! Secrets! 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 Let's see. Do I want these to be CSG instances? How do we work with CSG instances? We've got CSG polygon. Okay. Oh. Okay. Okay, this can work. Bake mesh instance. Okay. So that can give us a start. Okay, All right. So we can do. Yeah. Third deck's good to see. Mike, you're late. See, now this is a problem, the depth. If I want to go par. A spin. Yeah. If I add an element. Say like -1. Okay. It's gonna make it always 1 meter deep. I can't put it on the Z at all. Okay. So that's probably not going to be what I need. That's not at all what we need. What I'll do for now, we'll stick with the mesh instance. We will create. Let's see. Another node 3D. Let's be. Actually, we'll change this just to node. All right. I started reading the OpenGL, Learn OpenGL book, specifically focusing on the shader aspect of it. That's going to be a fun read. That's going to be a fun read. Yeah. How we doing, Gar? What's going on? Point 2. I want the initial room. We can probably make that 5 by 5. Is that going to be a good starting room size for the player? Let's see. Player is about that. Nah, that's pretty small. Now that's better. That's better. Main room floor. Oops. Just temporarily. I need to keep an eye on Humble Bundles as well. Not for this game, I don't think. I think we've got plenty of stuff to use for this game. Robots making games now? Always. Didn't you hear? It's the AI revolution. I am 3 years away from being 6 months away, from being 2 years away, from being next week away from taking your job. All in one Unity and Unreal Game Dev. Hip Hop Live on that. No. Game Dev Mega Bundle, hey? A Mega Bundle. Let's see what they have. Okay, Unity stuff. There's some Blender bits. Blender to Unreal 5, so that doesn't really work. Build a complete pixel platformer. Don't need that. Don't need that. So this is all learning how to do stuff. Okay. Geometry nodes. I really need to learn geometry nodes. That would be big. Haven't looked at bundles in a while. There hasn't been anything that's like, oh my god, that's so fantastic, I need it. There hasn't been anything like that. It's all been pretty just average stuff. I do have the Game Dev TV GeoNodes course. Yeah. Yep. Australia tied in the soccer. Yep. Which means we go through to the 32. Which will be interesting. So we're going to be going up against second. This is a week from tomorrow. We'll be going up against second in Group G. Wonder who that's gonna be. Good. Oh. That was a sneeze. Standings. Okay, so we're second. Second in our group. And we're taking on second in Group G, which looks like it's going to be Iran. And I mean, we should be able to beat Iran. We should be able to beat Iran. I mean, they tied with New Zealand and they tied with Belgium, for Christ's sake. Yeah, if we can beat Iran, then we go through to the 16. That'll be great. Doing auto tile mapping in Godot at present. Nice, nice. How's it going for you? Let's get Iran locked into running in a straight line. Apparently they have trouble going straight. Let's see, let's make it... Yeah, we'll do 4. It's a meter distance, which I don't really want there. What the hell happened there? Yep, that's fine. Doing auto tiles and linking several 47 based tile maps together for hoping for proc gen next gen. Ah, yes, I remember. I remember that now. So pop that there. I feel like this main room can be more like 14 and 8. If we have that, we go hallway floor 1. Make unique. Let's trim this down to 2 meters wide. Hallway can be 2 meters wide for this. Actually, exit floor 1. Exit floor 2. Make unique. So if we do that, that's the main room that the player starts in. They'll have a bed over here. I feel like that's too big. So I want the room to feel spacious, but at the same time, I want it to feel deceptively spacious. If you know what I mean. I want it to feel big, but it's actually small. Having a tall roof helps with that. Yeah. I'm currently just going for like the layout of what the area will be. Yeah. Maybe we do that. And this here. Yeah, I'll leave that. Yep. Just got woken up by thunder. I now need new pants. TMI, Cam. TMI. I thought it was summer for you. What are you doing getting thunder? Jeez. It's winter for me and we don't even get thunderstorms. We're just getting like cold weather and a little bit of rain every now and then. Horrible. Horrible. Terrible, I tell you. Terrible. I had all of this. Go like that. Okay. There's been 500 strikes right next to mine in the last 30 minutes. Big storm is hitting. God damn. If you feel unsafe, Cam, you can always run outside, hide under the biggest tree you can find, while holding a piece of sheet, like tin sheet metal above your head. That's what the Simpsons say. We all know the Simpsons is trustworthy. I need to go to the shops. Yeah, you need to go to the shops to get yourself new pants. Right? I'd suggest having a shower first. Is it safer to take my car or walk? Good question. Good question. I don't know. I don't know. Saw a Raspberry Pi set up the other day with a lighting detection circuit. It was linked to a shutter release for a DSLR. So every time it detected a strike, it would start taking burst shots of lightning. Nice. So they were just like, they automated getting really good photos of lightning. I like it. I approve that. I very much approve that. Drop down 23. Go back one. Make unique. Beautiful. I feel like shrinking this one. That's not correct. Need to go there. There we are. This one can also shrink up. Drop down to probably 10. Nice. Make unique, drop this down to like 4. Okay, so that's a good start. That's a good start. So the player starts off here. That's like their room. That's where they wake up in. All right. They don't have access to this area at the start, but that's going to be where they have their collectibles. So that's where you like that's where they have their the bobbleheads or the whatever collectibles it is that we put in the game. Like whenever they find those, they like appear in there. There'll be a wall of them. There'll also be like a list of achievements. So like what their score is for that type of stuff. Looks kind of flat. I know, right? The first puzzle is going to be figure out how to become 3-dimensional. And then they start the actual game. Puzzle number 1. Give yourself extra dimensions. Go on. Try it. What's that? You say you can't do it? You sound like a quitter. Now, what categories did we have? Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want 8 sections. Put an Acme bike pump in the corner. Like, stick it into themselves. Oh, God. Okay, so each of the puzzle rooms I want to be... They will change. So if we had like 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or do I want to give them more space to kind of walk around? Give them space to like explore if they uncover it. I like it. I'm not going to do that part yet. Because I don't want anyone to see where it is. Alright. It's gonna get paradoxical fast. Today's a great day. T-shirt is on backwards. It could be worse, Cam. It could be worse. You could have been woken up by a thunderstorm and shat yourself. Thunderclouds directly above you. Let's see, we have logic door, puzzle box sound, gravity. wonder if I get a week off work if I get hit. Probably not. Might wave my phone about. Ah, crap. Did you forget your phone? No, you couldn't have forgotten your phone. You couldn't have forgotten your phone. You're holding it. What, the thunderstorm just hit the lamppost 40 meters away from you? 40 meters is a long way. Whatever happens, Cam, don't get struck by lightning. Okay. I think I need 2 over there. This will be gravity door. Make this fluid dynamics door. It's constant bang, bang, bang. Are you sure it's thunder and not just some neighbors having a really, 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 really good time? At 8:30 a.m.? No. I mean, I don't know these, I don't know your neighbors. They could be doing that. I mean, why wait until night? Actually, didn't I get rid of echolocation? Yeah, I did get rid of echolocation. I want another section. Time to panic buy toilet paper. I need my caffeine fix. Don't care if the government says stay at home. Storeroom. Constant lighting, strikes and booms. Have to work out puzzle between strikes. Damn right. I was trying to think of like another type of puzzle we could add. So that we have 8 sections. What if I did... something like that. Final puzzles, a combination of all previous puzzles. Oops. That'll work. I like it. I like the idea. Sounds good. So we have the dynamics door. What if... You're in a yellow warning. At least it's not a red. You get sent off the field for that. Ha 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 ha. Soccer joke. That's new. I've never seen that before. How have I never noticed that circle before? Everyone see that white circle? How have I never seen that circle before? It rotates it based on my perspective of the thing. Ah. I did not know that existed. What up, Wind? How you doing? Hopefully staying out of trouble. I'm going to go there. It's going to be paradoxes. Actually, no, this will be... Secrets door. Final door. And I feel like having... I want to have another door. It's a new thing in 4.7. Yeah. That's such a good addition. I'm really happy they added that. I didn't know. Like, I don't know when I'll use it, but I'm glad it's there. That's all I can say. I want to do something paradoxical for the paradox door. Maybe like... Paradox. Second room door. So that door there leads to the second room, but it also takes you to the paradox puzzles. And it's like, what? Why are there why are they both there? Why are they both there? Why do they occupy the same space? That itself is a paradox. See? What up, Dist? How we doing? So if we have that as the main layout, so players there, they start in this room. They can enter, exit these doors. We'll also add like a utility door. That utility door will be where customers enter and exit. Or not fucking customers, not customers. It's not Bobble Shop Sim. It's not a shop simulator, okay? That will be where like the AI robots enter and stuff. Enter and exit occasionally. Just puttering away at my demo. Only another 15 weeks until PAX Oz. Gosh, dang. PAX is speeding around. PAX is coming up so fast that if it doesn't slow down, it's gonna get a speeding ticket. You heard me. That joke was funny. I don't care what you say. How we doing, Bruce? Very. Missed the joke, but it was super funny. You know it. My jokes transcend time and space. Yeah. True story. What up, Jersey? How we doing? "3D printing. What are you building?" I'm just setting up a layout for what our main area is going to be. Yeah. Want to have my demo out by the show. Smart. Very smart. Comb the beard? Comb the beard? Sure thing. And hydrate. I'm going to hydrate before I comb the beard. How about that? Sound like a plan? So, what we're doing here, Bruce, this is the layout for what our new game will be. So, you got the main floor. So it's a side project from a shop sim, or a shop sim, the side project, or something totally different. So the shop sim's done. What I'm doing at the moment is off stream, I'm creating different poses for the bobbleheads to be put on the stand. And yeah, like unique poses for them when they're on the stands and stuff like that. And then artwork for achievements. So that's what I'm doing off stream for at the moment. And after the first release, I'm going to obviously fix up bugs and such. But then there's also going to be new bobblehead categories that I create. So like horror characters, alien characters, fear food characters, stuff like that. So I'm going to create those over time, and I'm just going to add them as new bobbleheads and new categories of bobbleheads you can get to the game. So, yeah. I figure while I'm doing that stuff off stream, I can start working on the new project on stream. Something a bit more interesting, a bit more meat for people in chat to sink their teeth into, you know? But yeah, like, this is going to be the main room that the player starts in. So the player will wake up in this room. There's a secondary room that they'll be able to access at some point. These are the exit doors. Yeah. This is hallway floor 4. Hallway floor 5. Hallway floor 6. Alright. So we have all the different hallway floors. This doorway here will take you through to the logic puzzles. This will take you through to the puzzle box. The puzzle box puzzles. This will take you through to the sound puzzles. This will be the gravity puzzles. Fluid dynamic puzzles. Dynamics. Paradox secrets final. I think that one I can get rid of. Oh no, that was light color. Light color door. So like those doors take you through to different puzzle types, so like different categories of puzzles. So, do I want to set those out? I don't think I want to set those out. But, like... yeah. I also feel like having... yeah. I think that's what we can do. That will be... maybe the observation 4. Yeah. So when the player's down here, there'll be the research scientist up here. And I want to move it over that side. Nine. So if we put it there, we could potentially... So we could have like observation up here. Ooh, thank you for the follow, much appreciated. How are you doing, you good dunce? So observation room. Actually, yeah, observation 4. This could be observation exits. Yeah, I think that gives us a nice area. Actually, we do that. There we go. Observation stairs. Make this yeah, cool. And that would be the stairs. I think that's a good layout. It gives the player some area to wander. It gives an area for the AI assistants and the research scientists to conduct their work, and perhaps the player goes up there and like sees information or overhears a conversation or something that they shouldn't. Maybe. Who knows? And then the players got this area down here, and they've also got their secondary room here. That's where the NPCs enter and exit from. This here is just going to be a random door. That'll be a secrets door. That'll be where the final puzzle room door, like final puzzles are, and that will unlock when the player's allowed. Maybe the player can leave through one of these two ways. Who knows? I don't. I'm certainly not putting secrets into this game. It's gonna... ignore that directory, okay? Ignore it. G'day, Wigione. Let's add our... Oops. I'm just gonna save this. I'm gonna separate player out into their own thing. Okay. Also gonna add the camera now. Now I'm also gonna want the player's hands to be visible. Alright. So that means I'm gonna have to have a character model that has a reflection. That's going to be something else for me to actually figure out. I might do like a fakey thing for that, where instead of having reflections, because I know reflections can be costly performance-wise, we just have like another scene, like a duplicate scene, that's displayed as a viewport on it. It's just we just do it that way. Ads incoming. Alright. So. Close that out. Now let's add some walls, shall we? Actually, let's pause. Let's pause. All right. What game is this? Let's see if you can figure it out before the ad break finishes, chat. What is it? It's definitely an isometric. It could be an old school RPG. SimCity? SimCity's a good one. It is a SimCity. Ooh, is this that TD? What's it called? Like, I don't think it's... Is this a sim? SimCity Creator? Because it's part of the SimCity franchise. It's part of the SimCity franchise. The frick is this? I hate that UI. You know what that UI reminds me of? That UI reminds me of like 2000, like it reminds me of like Windows Vista. It gives me that feel. I don't know why, but it gives me a Windows Vista feel. I think it's because the Windows Vista logo was like a circle with the Windows logo in it. And it's like all of these are like ovals. Kind of is from that era. Yeah. Reminds me of the first Sims game. Never played it. I like it. Ah. Alright. Windows 2000 tier graphics. I reckon SimCity 4. Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Johnny? How you doing, you get done? Anyone that's looking to learn how to do shaders and whatnot, give this a read. Because I've started reading through this, and it's helping me understand bits and pieces of it a lot. Yeah. And then like after that one, we can probably do more about lighting. Yeah. Yeah. I've got the triangle, then I skipped the whole project. Win 2000 had bestest graphics for child-friendly games like Tank Game and Bubble Bobble, etc. 500 partners with a legitimate interest. What? 500 partners with a legitimate interest. What are you talking about? And that made the whole system look like children's toy. The 2000, yeah. Yeah, Yeah. I remember the bright blue fade. Yeah. I remember using a Windows 98 PC and then using a Windows 2000 PC and being like, "Whoa, it looks so good. The graphics are amazing." Oh. These days it's like, ew. What the fuck was that? Was never when good graphics became default. I got the Windows XP one. Maybe that UI. Maybe that UI from SimCity 4 was giving me XP vibes because of like the rounding of the buttons and like the shadow of it and stuff like that. It was a good time. It was a good time. I started Win 95. I think I used a Windows 95 machine when I was like 6 or 7. But then like Windows 98 came out and that's when I played like Warcraft 2 and Warcraft Orcs vs Humans and stuff like that. 67 Jersey. Windows 7 was pretty good as well. Windows 7 was good. Yeah. Yeah. Also, just to prepare you all, not next week. So what's going to happen with my streaming times is I'm going to have tomorrow off. Okay. And then I'm going to do the 24-hour stream on Sunday. And depending on how I'm going at the end of the 24 hours, I might keep streaming for a little bit just to like finish off artwork and stuff like that. Modeling and whatnot. We'll see how we go. See how I'm feeling. And then take the rest of Monday off when the stream ends. Stream Tuesday through to stream an entire week, Tuesday through Tuesday. And then I'm trying to figure out which days I need to start taking off. Because I want to get back to my old stream time of like 10-ish hours. But I want to do it 5 days a week so that I have time off stream to do like YouTube videos about the development of this game and YouTube shorts and stuff like that to kind of promote the game a bit more and do more marketing behind the game and stuff like that. So, as well as do secret hush-hush things offline so that I can implement the secret stuff. Yeah. Wait, what game is this? This is our new game. So I'm wrapping up some like last modeling and art stuff for Bobble Shop Sim, which I'll probably have done in the next week or two. While I wrap that stuff up, I'm starting this one. Why are you not still working on Bobble Shop Sim? This has more, like it's got more in it, more to it, more stuff for like chat to sink their teeth into and stuff. You've pushed the final demo for playtest before release. The final demo is already out. Everything in the release is all like everything in the demo that already exists is already in the final release. There might be some bug fixes and stuff that I need to add to the demo, but I haven't been able to find that random crash in the release build. So, yeah. Whoa, Johnny getting hit with the AI mod. Contact to Lego if they want minifigures game with little twist. Why did Auto Mod catch that? Why did Kicks Auto Mod catch that, Johnny? That is insane. Okay, because since I have day off today, I may just play like 12 hours straight. You won't. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but... G'day, Cam. You and Curious are both late. The secret word is 6 letters long, so don't guess anything longer than that. Yeah. Also, when Bobble Shop Sim releases, I'm going to have a channel redeem for redeeming a key of Bobble Shop Sim. Chess. You want to take me on in chess, Wixia? Or do you want me to play at random? 6 letters long is 3 words. Maybe to you, gamer. Could you imagine, Cam? When do we get Hypnagogic 2, The Awakening? No, Cam. Yeah, Wixia, do you want to play me at chess or do you want me to play at random? Depends on how long letters one writes. This is true. If Wixia doesn't play, I'll play. I was waiting to see if we get a message. I just lost a dozen 3-minute games. Dude, look at my game history. Look at all that red. Alright, come on, Wixia. That's my chess.com account. Send me the challenge. I am noob. Yay! I can lose to a noob. We all are. This is true. We are noob all. We are all noob, but unfortunately none of us are Cybot. Get it? Noob Cybot from Mortal Kombat? Again, only the best jokes here. At least someone is pro. Pro-capitalism? UK lightning map is insane. That's not the UK. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jersey. God damn. F this area in particular. My name is Wixia. I don't know how to start a game. Alright. Custom check. Actually, let's... Wixia. Let's do it. What's wrong with Jersey? It's pink. The Jersey Shore in particular. Your dad's driving to Wales today? Why would he drive to Wales? Like, they're not that interesting of a creature. Lichess? Not chess? Oh, okay. Okay. In that case... let's see. There you go, Wixia. Go to that. Warmth Ocean collapses with cold Britain. Yeah. Britain just needs to get warmer. Wixia. 1,500? What? Oh, nigga dog. I'm gonna get no rating points because I'm anonymous. Bing. Brenda's gonna start putting air conditioning in. What up, minis? How you doing? Our works office is AC now. Ask me if it works. Day one of Heatwave, we used too much and burned the shit out of it. Why would you do that? That was an unfortunate mistake. That was a series of unfortunate events. Because everyone wanted 14 degrees Celsius in the office. 14 degrees is too cold. Around 20 is like... Sprig, good night to you. I hope you have a lovely snoozle. Oh! (18C) is my preferred temp. Wah! Sweet. I know what I can do. I know what I can do. That'll work. Just made 2 tool scripts. Nice. Unfortunate. Got him. GG, Wix. 1 generates tile map layer based on the terrain ID and terrain. Press the regen and off it goes. Nice. Nice. I miss standing in garden. Negative 10 degrees Celsius. Trying to crack the ice on a bucket. Or in a bucket. Not on a bucket. Works with multiple terrains inside a terrain set. Same press regen and it updates. Nice. But is it generating in a way that creates an area that can be navigated? In theory, it should help with proc gen. Yeah, easily. All you have to do is add the different... like, add the different logic to it for... like, what can go next to each other and stuff like that. Okay. Copy this. Paste it here. Make that unique. Make it 3.2. This one here we can probably have as like 6. Right there. Obviously, like, there'll be a door there, but I'm not going to worry about that. We got to put bets on for tonight. If Cape Verde or Belgium draw or win, Scotland are out. Or if Congo, Democratic Republic, or Senegal win. Isn't Scotland already out? Want to get to the point where multiple noise maps generate the scene. And the tiles will be added based on heights. Yep, I can see that. So you would probably, given it's like a pixel art type thing, you'd probably want to have like, you would have to normalize the normal map. Is that right? So you have the bottom layer be anything less than 0.25, the top layer anything greater than 0.75, and the middle be walkable area, sort of thing. One is base, second layer would be cliffs. So... does that mean you would be generating terrain underneath other terrain? Would that terrain ever be accessible? Like, Right. So what would the normalized maps do? Would it just say if there's a tile there and if there's not a tile there? Or if it's a navigable area or not? Sort of thing. The base would be water, dirt, and grass. Then second layer would be cliffs. Right, so obviously water would be the lowest. Dirt would be middle, grass would be highest. Is that right? Would have strong contrast to make it look like layers. Okay. That's fair. It's just light wave reflect. What's light wave reflect? And don't you dare say your mum. Still planning it? Nice. Sounds like it's coming along nicely. I need to create something. I need to create something for these doors here. So like each door will be given a category. And it's like when the player scans their hand, it needs to look up what puzzle the player is up to for that category. Get the scene and instance the scene. Have the scene load up. And while the scene is loading up, it needs to position everything to where the player had moved it to. And then once everything's loaded, the door opens. And we have like a door, like the door showing a message while it's doing all that. Yeah. The sun doesn't give us light waves to reflect your... I see where you were going with that, John. How dare... No, Jordster. You're Mo. My plan is to use editor scripts to proc gen, then bake them for the full game. Yeah. Yeah, smart. That's one thing that I need to do, actually, for my thing. Karina doesn't like me texting him at 5 a.m. my time. What would that be his time? Christmas photo still printing. Oh, damn. Your mum's so fat that the Christmas photo is still printing in July. This was the text I got in response. Go to bed, it's 12:30. That sounds like a perfect time to wake up. What are you talking about? That reminds me, have to send new project setup script to Camino. Yep. That's the thing, I'm always setting up my projects differently. Like, I've already got this project set up differently to my last project. I'm weird. I'm weird. Put that down to 5.6. 0U. We gotta shuffle you 4. Oh, you know what else is going to be good about this game? I don't have to worry about environment lighting. I just have to worry about like omnipoint lights and ambient light. That's it. I don't have to worry about directional light or any of that shit. Using CSG? No. No. All of this stuff's gonna get deleted. So you can export them back to Blender. No, I'm like all of this is going to be deleted. I'm trying to I'm visualizing what the layout will be so that I can then create the different like wall tiles and floor tiles and stuff and bring them in. I mean, having some weirdness in it with ambient light and Godot. What weirdness? Called grey boxing. Yep. Because I am... Oh, I'm not great yet. But give it time. Give it time. Everyone else in my family's gone grey. And they chose to have kids. You're white? Me too. Well, currently I'm pink. But, yeah. Soon I'll be white. Alright. So if we have that... This one here. Yellow. Well, that's closer to white. That is a step closer. So thank you. Much appreciated. Seems like I can't control the ambient light in the scene. I seem to have to turn it off on a per object basis in order to have things react to light properly. Is this while you're running the game, or is it through this stuff? Because like I can add the environment to the scene, and then I can turn off the sun. We can get the ambient light. Procedural sky. We go ambient light be sky. We set this to be like a brighter color, see? And if I change this to background or to color, if I change it to color, it's all flat. Leave it on background. Then it goes based on this. There you go, sky. That still has an impact, but kind of focuses on this, mostly. Yeah. I don't think I have a world environment. That'll probably be it. Yep. The world environment is what will give you your ambient color. It's what allows you to add like fogs and glow and... Yeah, so if I turn that on, we've now got fog. And you can increase the density of the fog. Yeah. So yeah. I'm not ready for that though. Not ready for that. Yep. Still working on that puzzle game. This is the start of it. This is the start of it. I'm just kind of getting an idea of what we want the layout of the main area of the game to be. This one here, I can probably drop this down to like 3. 3. Point 8. Beautiful. Kind of reminds me of Black Ops 3 Zombies custom map. I'm really glad it does that. I'm really glad it does that because I've been like just grey boxing this for about an hour and a half. So I'm really glad that it gives you that. I'm really glad that it resembles AAA. I'm taking that as a compliment. Without a world environment, it must use some kind of default ambient lighting. Yeah, so if you go into your project settings, underneath rendering, there will be environment. And if you scroll down, there's this default clear color. And that default clear color is basically the default background of everything. But yeah, you'll want to add an environment to give yourself control over like ambient lighting and fog and reflections and stuff like that. I saw Gumball Machines and just never touched Black Ops 3. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Also, if you don't have an environment in your tree, it uses the one at the top of the window in the editor. Yeah. And the great thing is, like, you can just add them both to the scene straight away. That's interesting. Interesting what GI does. Alright, this here I'm also going to shrink down. Let's think. A1. Make unique. Give it an extra 4. Which will make it 7.4. Alright. So this kind of gives us an idea of what it'll be like. Would you see this is the easiest game engine to use? I would say that its ease of use depends on your experience. If you have no experience, then it's definitely one of the easier ones to pick up without any experience. If you have experience in like... If you have experience in like Rust, and nothing else, then maybe Bevy would be more your style. I'm going to try and learn game development, and I'm stuck between this and Unity. You can get Godot with C# as well. So what I would suggest, Vex, is try both of them. Try both. Spend like 2 or 3 days like tinkering around with Unity, see what you can make in Unity, and then spend 2 or 3 days doing stuff in Godot, see what you can make in Godot, see which one you prefer, and pay attention to the documentation. Because you might prefer Unity's way of documenting things over Godot, you might prefer Godot's way of documenting things over Unity. Because documentation is going to be big for helping you figure out how to do things. So, yeah. There's no reason to jump in and just pick one and go with it. Tinker. Have some fun with them. See which one suits your workflow best. For example, I tinkered with a couple of different engines the other day. I got Raylib set up with Jolt Physics. So we go up into here. Well, that's not... Yeah. Where are we? We can draw. Cube sphere. Make. There we go. We got this. So we got Raylib with Jolt Physics set up and working. I'm not using this for I'm not using this to make a game because it's way too complicated for myself to use to make a 3D game at the moment. But I'm going to use it to learn and figure out how to do that while I use Godot. So there's no reason to not tinker. Because like any suggestions for not being stuck in tutorial hell. I've tried making a game a couple times and just gave up from it. That could be a scope issue. Like you might be trying to make something too large initially. Have you heard of the 20 games challenge? The 20 games challenge is good. Don't use tutorials. It starts off very simple. Make Pong and or make Flappy Bird. One of the two. They're both very easy to make. Yeah. Once you've done that without using tutorials and you've just like looked up documentation and stuff, go on to the next game, which is Breakout or Jetpack Joyride. A little bit more complicated, but not much. And then go on to the next game, like a Space Invaders, a Frogger, a River Raid, stuff like that. And you get more and more complicated, and you practice your game development skills. And then after a few of them, you might go, I have an idea for a 2D game, or I have an idea for a 3D game. I'm going to try and make that. And then you start working on that game. And you take your experience of understanding how to make games here into that. Planning on making a 3D first-person horror game. There's no reason you can't do that. So, with the horror game, There's a lot that's going to go into it. There's going to be environment lighting and stuff like that, which is very big for a horror game. There's going to be interactions. There's going to be story. There's going to be sound effects and stuff. But yeah, like this stuff here, this is a good starting point because you don't want to jump straight in. Yeah, you don't want to jump straight into a big project or a complicated project because that's going to do exactly what you've experienced, which is you'll get overwhelmed and then you'll just stop because you're too overwhelmed to keep going. Wish I had that page about 20 years ago. 20 years ago, 2 of the games here would have existed. Actually, no, 20 years ago was 2006. Basically all of these games would have existed. Whoop. Jumping into big project depends. Yeah. Doing my dream project at the moment. Big project. Yeah, but you've got a lot of experience, Mike. You've got a lot of experience. I got through making environment and movement system, camera system, and burnt out. Yeah. Yeah, just start with simple stuff. Like, see if you can make like a Flappy Bird or a Mario or something first, where it's just like 2-dimensional. Don't worry about that stuff too much. With game jams, if you're someone that thrives under pressure, I can suggest game jams. Me personally, I don't really like working under pressure, so I don't really enjoy game jams myself. But if you can find a game jam team that is willing to work with you, knowing that you don't really have any experience and that you're looking to learn, and they're willing to teach you stuff, then you can join a team in a game jam and learn from them. As long as they're aware, you don't have much experience and stuff like that. Because otherwise they might get frustrated if they think you have knowledge and know how to make a game. Yeah. Pong is the best, and try the same game in a couple of engines. Yeah, exactly. There are game jams that go over a week, even a month. Yes, that is true. There are, but I don't like to work on a game jam for that long. If I'm doing a game jam, I generally want it to be a week or two, so that I can at least get a proof of concept of something. And then instead of using the game, I don't use the game jam to try and win the game jam. I use the game jam to kind of see what the idea I have for a game is like. If it will be a good game or not. If I enjoy making it. Stuff like that. Tried Unity a little, but not really on my own. I've tried the weird Terra engine and Epic's Game Maker. Interesting. I'm going to end up hosting a game jam at some point. I've contemplated hosting a game jam, but at the same time, it's like there's so many game dev streamers that I know that each host their own game jam, and it's like, where do I find time that I'm not overlapping with another game jam that a streamer's doing? Like, it's difficult. We got the name. Are you thinking of Unreal Engine, or is it like the Fortnite? Is it like this thing? Fortnite for developers? Yeah, that. Yeah. My game jam would be specifically for my app. Okay. Or do you mean Epic Game Maker? That also exists. Hyperdev has been slowly building up their game jam over a couple of years, I think. Interesting. I'd probably want to come up with an idea for a game jam and then have it as like have like 2 months or so where I like hype it up and I talk about it all over the place and stuff. So that way it's fresh in everyone's mind. Make game engine to game make. Sorry, make game engine to make game. What about game engine make engine game engine make? What about that, Johnny? I'd like to get to the point where I can make a decent game for a short game jam. And that's going to come with time and practice. Like, if you stick with it, then... and you just keep making different bits and pieces, you'll eventually get to that. Definitely want to get into the DOS game jam this year. The DOS game jam? What? Got dinner? Nice. I'm not a Fortnite fan, but I saw someone playing a Conjuring horror game that was built in Fortnite. It looks nothing like Fortnite. You wouldn't be able to tell if it wasn't for the cheesy achievements that pop up. Hosted by the Dosember crew. Interesting. I've never heard of them. They probably stream when I'm asleep. Like most people do. Dosember. Does it happen in December by chance? Get it? This type of thing. Participate to make a game that run in DOS and or a DOS emulator. The jam itself runs for 3 months. God damn. You do not have to be a Dosember participant to join the jam. Why should I make a DOS game? Because you want to, hopefully, and because you can. Maybe love, maybe spite, maybe pure masochism. I don't know. It's up to you. How do I make a DOS game? Great question. Many ways to make games for DOS. Here are some examples of Adventure Creation Kit, love DOS. Advgen, RSD Game Maker, modding an existing DOS shareware game, QBasic, or consider many more DOS development resources. Damn. That's going back. QBasic. DOS is what PC used before Windows. Yep. I remember DOS. Or make a prompt in ChatGPT. The game needs to actually run, though. Okay, Jaeger. Speed 12.6. And 5.8. Oh, 5.9. Okay, I'm starting to see how this is going to come together. Not much good if people can't play it. Exactly. Actually, I really tried to get Unreal Engine 5.8 to work on Linux yesterday. I don't know what the issue was. I don't know if it's because I'm on Wayland or whatnot. But I launched it. It launched. But it seems like every time the mouse left the main window, or a pop-up, like a tooltip in the engine, like popped up, the game, like, it just froze. Unreal Engine just froze. And I tried so many times, and I like tried different things. I tried forcing X11, that didn't work. I tried. I am trying to give Unreal Engine a chance. But at least when I tried it previously in 5.4, it actually let me open up a project and like move around in the engine without locking up. So a lot of game devs use AI as like a crutch for coding now is that real? A lot do, but I think anyone that's using AI to generate code for their game and not actually writing the code themselves, they are as much a game dev as someone that's in the back of a taxi is a taxi driver. You know what I mean? Like, sure, they're giving instructions on where to go. They're giving instructions on where to go and such. But they're not actually doing it. You know? Like, if a carpenter went up to a robot and said, "Hey, build this table," and the robot went off and built the table, that's not a carpenter. Like, they didn't do any carpentry. They just told a robot to do it. So they're not a carpenter. Fully agree if they're vibe coding it. But if they're already a game dev and they're using agentic coding to help, that's different. Yeah, that's different. I'm talking about people that just use AI to do the coding for them. Like, I'm going to use AI as a part of this game, like, to help me with this game. But it's not going to be to, like, do the code for me and stuff like that. It's gonna be, I'm gonna have fluid dynamics puzzles. So I'm going to have the AI help me understand fluid dynamic concepts and stuff like that. and help me understand how I can implement that type of equation and stuff in code. And then I'll write the code for the puzzles and stuff. So I'm fine with that type of use in AI for game dev. It's just if the person goes, hey, can make the game do this, and it creates the code and they like paste it in, and they're like, cool. That's very different. I use AI for project management and sticking to a defined set of coding styles. Also, while working, I use it to advise on my framework I'm building. Nice. So you shouldn't use AI unless you understand what the AI is saying. If you use AI without understanding how to code, there's inevitably going to be issues that the AI would get stuck on. Like, there's going to be bugs and stuff that the AI is not going to fix. You're not going to be able to fix them either because you don't understand how to fix it. Yeah. At work, my use case for AI is mostly idea generation. ChatGPT 5.5 and Claude are both pretty shite for actually producing decent embedded firmware code. Yeah. Using it for idea generation is very powerful. It's like paired programming. Exactly. Like, using it for idea generation, I've got no issue with. Like, you want to bounce ideas back and forth, like, go for it. But if you're not using it for that, yeah. When setting up AI for your use, you might need to adapt the prompt and profiles to work for you. Things like making sure the AI doesn't become a yes man. You need to say, I don't know if it doesn't know. Yeah, exactly. Always ask the prompt to offer suggestions, pros and cons for each option. Yeah, exactly. AI driver, but you are not in control at all. Fable 5 makes just the whole game. I'm gonna be intrigued at the new Fable game, to be honest. I think that's gonna be very interesting. Because it's getting a lot of hate. And I'm like, man, I like Richard Ayoade. So I hope it's good. I want it to be good because I like Richard Ayoade. Yeah. This one. 24th of February, 2027. Like, it looks really good. Fudge off. That says fudge off. I love it. I love how they've toned it down for the rating. So I think the issue that people have with it is that they've said that it's going to have like the Office style dialogue stuff, which I think is going to be very, very weird. I've always said that AI is 100% confident about it being 100% wrong. Yep. It's basically the internet. take what it outputs as reliable as anything you read on the internet. And unfortunately, Coffee, there are people that see stuff on the internet and go, yep, that's true, without doing anything else. And that's how we ended up here. Yeah. Can't just shrink that down to 8. It needs to be 7.8. Yeah. And all of the... I've seen a lot of research coming out of late. Being like, yeah, you need to stop using AI so heavily because research is finding that it's making people that use it for everything and not actually thinking for themselves. It's making those people dumb. I don't know if the new Fable was going to be good or not, but most of the hate I've seen has been, ooh, there's a woman nonsense. No, this one is like how they've done the dialogue stuff. Like, yeah. And let's be honest, Dith. Let's be honest. It's not, ooh, there's a woman. It's always, ooh, there's an ugly woman. That's always what it is. Or, ooh, that woman doesn't look how they have previously. Stuff like that. I used to play Fable 3 all the time when I was little. Previous Fable games were great. To be honest, the architects of today started in first level roles, help desk. With AI doing that role now, the architects of the future are going to be dumb shits. There's not going to be architects of the future. I mean, I won't say that. There will be architects of the future, but they're going to be so few and far in between that they are going to be like COBOL developers are today. They're going to be people that just retire. They retire and then they're like, oh, that company wants us to do 3 months worth of work for $1.2 million? Sure thing, let's go do it. And then they go back to being retired for another 12 months. I haven't been looking into it, so maybe it's just an odd thing that came up in my feed. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there is people complaining about that diss. But there's always going to be like a small percentage of people that complain about that. Just like there's always a small percentage of people that complain about females being sexualized. Like, when the first Stellar Blade came out, or when Bayonetta came out, stuff like that. Like, there's always people that are like, oh, those characters are overly sexualized. And it's like, yeah, because believe it or not, the people that are buying that game, they're going to buy it even more now. Alright, very little code for my app now because I have so much inferent paradigms that I don't need to go over every line like I did at start. Also, it helps to have 3,910 tests. That's the other thing I need to set up. Thank you for reminding me, Coffee. Thank you for reminding me. Testing. I need to document what I want to do for testing. The hell? What I did there, but I broke everything. Jesus. I did the launch of Fable in Oz. God damn, Mike. You've done everything. Jesus. I'm jealous. But yeah, I need to write unit tests. I need to make sure that I write unit tests. Don't let me forget to write unit tests. Advantage of Microsoft and MVP. Make that unique. Pop you. Okay. What is a Microsoft? I'm only aware of Microsoft. Microsoft is what became Microsoft. Yeah. Micro here in chat actually developed XNA, right? XNA. I keep forgetting. I'm fairly sure it was XNA. My memory is fucking horrible. Yeah. One of the people that gave us XNA. Game dev royalty here. Started with Managed DirectX, converted it from natives.net. Yeah. XNA, isn't that what the Xbox 360 used for downloadable games? So basically mono game. Basically. I think XNA was like Kinect stuff as well, right? But yeah, Mike's been all over that stuff. So generally, if Mike says something, you go with it. Rossies! How we doing, you gadunts? G'day. G'day, all you gadunts. Welcome in. What we are up to? Tell us all about it. We've just been talking game engines, using AI in game development. The new Fable game. Stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Everyone that follows is a gadunt. Yeah. Raiders, please tag @Mike and call him a weirdo. Entirely unnecessary, but it seems he's an ultimate nerd. Don't pick on me, I'm dying. The ultimate defense for being picked on. I love it. I love it. How's the blocking out going? I've been game jamming this week. Nice. What game jam? Tell us all about it. The blocking out is going well. So this here, to give everyone an idea of what we're looking at here. So first off, Wishlist Bobble Shop Sim. All right. It is waiting for release for July 24th. There's some small modeling things and stuff that I'm doing off stream to finish it up. Okay. In the meantime, we're starting our next project, a puzzle game. A puzzle game with a narrative, and you are going to be able to replay the game. That's right, replayability in a puzzle game. What? Insane. Anyway, I'm just kind of blocking out what the main area will be. So this here will be the main room that the player starts in. Yeah. And then up here will be an observable area that the scientist and the assistants might mainly hang out in. These are the exits of the main room for the player. There's a little secondary room over here where collectibles and stuff will be displayed in. This is the hallway area where you can get to like your different doors. So this would be the door to the fluid dynamic puzzles. This would be the door to the logic puzzles. This would be the door to the light and color puzzles, stuff like that. And there will be secrets around that you can uncover and whatnot. So, yeah. It's going to be fun. It's going to be very fun. But I'm just kind of blocking it out to kind of get an idea of what I need to model for the building. Yeah. Thank you for making me yellow too. A not very serious game jam hosted by Juniper Dev, a YouTuber, and Crazy Games Unreal. Hosted by Juniper Dev, a YouTuber, and Crazy Games / Unreal. When you say Unreal, do you mean like Unreal Engine, like Epic Games? First, I remember being here when you said you were going to start streaming, didn't realize it was that stage. Snow Twig, how you doing? Welcome in. Unreal Engine, yeah, but our team is working in Godot. Yeah, that's right, stick it to them. If you get the chance, Rossies, ask them why Unreal Engine 5.8 constantly freezes and locks up on Linux with Wayland. I tried to use it the other day and that just kept happening. So I was like, I'm not doing this. I just can't. The other day I blew someone's mind when I told them Epic used to be called Epic Mega Games. That's correct. That's correct. Yep. You don't got an inside guy? I can't? Fair enough. Fair enough. I think it's something to do with Wayland specifically. Oops. So yeah, this here is going to be kind of what the place looks like. Gives you an idea. Oh, hello. You're overlapping. Slightly. You? You? How do you overlap there slightly? How is that even happening? Huh. Weird. Gotta go have dinner. Have a good one, Rosies. Thanks for the raid. I hope your jam goes well. Post links and stuff too. Post all the links and stuff. If you've got any. You know? Jazz Jackrabbit, Epic Mega Games. Yeah, Jazz Jackrabbit was amazing. I think 5.8 is one of the first to support Linux since 4.2. You've been able to get Unreal Engine builds, like Unreal Engine for Linux for the last few versions. But you had to compile the engine yourself. I think this is the first one where they actually give you something that you can just like download and has the binary and all that stuff in it. Thank you for the follow, you fantastic Gadunt. Much appreciated. Love having new Gadunts here. Love it. It's the best. Put that down to 5, 4. 3.8. Okay, if I shift that to be oh, that's 4. That works for me. Scene. Still. What's exclamation scene supposed to do, copy? Oh, shit. That scene. My bad. I see what you're talking about. I seen what you mean. That's one of the things that I'm going to change. I hate it. That's one of the things I'm going to change. I want to get rid of that, like, that raid scene in the overlay. So that's something that I'm going to do. I might do that tomorrow if I have time. Put it on a timer. You know, you say put it on a timer, but I'm so forgetful that I'm pretty sure my overlay would forget to create the timer. That's how forgetful I am. Gave a few attempts at collating adequate vocabulary to form a sentence appropriate of such unfortunate news, but I failed, so this is my response. Throw a comma in there, at least curious. We might be random people separated through distance, but seeing you in this cult's chat... It's not a cult. Not a cult. That's Cavino's chat. It's a better RAM module. Install a better RAM module. Where you get your current one, Temu. Claiming it's not a cult is exactly what a cult leader would say. Fine, it's not a cult. It's a religion. Take that. Religions are cults. Religions are cults with tax-exempt status, okay? There's a difference.
Where is Cavino? If we are speaking about cults, he could tell you.
That's a good question. He's probably asleep. He doesn't want to be here. He'd rather get a good night rest than be here with his friends. Very, very mean. It's only 5 a.m. for him. Yeah, I know. We gotta wake his ass up. He's supposed to be streaming. Oops. One night? Yeah, one night. I was up at 5 a.m. I went to bed at 3 a.m. Yeah, but you're very unhealthy. And you're young. Like, you gotta remember, Kavino's old.
The first rule of Hypnocult is don't talk about Hypnocult.
Not a cult. Don't make me go old Janet. Okay? Not a cult, not a religion. Janet, from the good place, I'll reset you. Derek has been rebooted approximately 158 trillion times. As a result, Derek is now not only space itself, but also contains the entirety of space. There we go. I love that. Hang on. Cult is what big religions call small religions. I just noticed the FFS on the background of the cult. So Cam, if you change to light mode, it will only say FFS. In light mode, it says FFS. In dark mode, it says cult. You can thank Gamer for making that. Gamer made that, and it's just to show what you can do with Twitch emotes. You have like a dark and a light version, and you like have it say two different things or be two different things. Like, get really crafty with it. Like, you know how you have like the words where it's like it'll say one thing up the top, but it's like mirror underneath will say something completely different. You get funky with that for it, so it's like the white says one, the black says another. Did Rozzy raid here? Yes, they did, Temptic. You've been raided into the right place. Also, Temptic, very sorry to hear. I was in the stream the other night. So it's not a cult. We're not a cult. Not a cult. Ow. Sorry to hear what? Everything. I don't know. I'm out of water. Now I have to go get water. Cam, can I hydrate with ginger beer? Okay, cool. I'll get water on the ad break. Fun fact, in Bloodshot, the game only actually renders the top of the screen and flips the graphics to make the bottom. They make texture variations by changing the palette between flips. That's cool. That's cool. Do they have brunette beer? Isn't that just a lager? I mean, it depends. Is a stout a brunette beer? Or is that... Actually, no, they do have brunette beers. It's, like, they don't call them brunette, like, brown beers or brunette beers over here. But overseas, they have, like, brun. Alright. Beer is combed for you, Cam. Nice and looked after and pretty and whatnot. Alright. I think I need to make this unique. You need to be 4.1. And we need to increase you by 0.2. Pop that there. Make unique. So if we shrink you down to 3.8. And then we pop you at 7.1. Why do you overshoot? Pop you at 6.1. How big is this for? 12.5. 2 and 2. Actually, yeah, that makes sense. Like 16.9. And then we move it. Actually, 16.8. Nope. 16.9. The original Half-Life 1 had a max of 350 to 500 visible faces, which is why there are so many corridors, sections. Massively impressive what they were able to do with that. It's like that with a lot of old games. Right? Like, a lot of old games were like, we have the biggest, like, limitations that we have to get around. How are we doing this? And then they come up with really, really creative and smart solutions. Stuff that modern AAA would be like, what? Optimization? Fuck's that. Never heard of it. Optimization? Never heard of him before. Does he work in sales? Let's see, let's make that unique. They're like games are going to have to optimize now that AI is hoovering up all the new parts. If you want your game to be accessible to people, yes, you do have to optimize. You want your game to be accessible and to be played on, like, because if you look at the games that were released in the mid 2010s with DDR4, sometimes DDR3, and like, you know, 1000 series GTX GPUs and stuff like that, they still looked really good. Like, look at how good GTA 5 looks when it was released in 2013. Like, if you can optimize your game, you can still have a game that looks AAA quality, that's playable on like DDR4, DDR3 RAM. And is still accessible to people on old hardware because they can't buy new stuff. And if you can do that, and AAA companies don't do that, there's going to be no reason to buy AAA. You just got to want to do it. Three. Cool. So that's kind of the idea. So the player would start in here. They'd be observed from up here. There's like stairs to get up there and for them to come down into here. You've got exits to get out into the different puzzle areas. You've got your secondary room here that you can go into and you can see your different achievements and stuff like that and whatnot. And maybe secrets happen throughout this area, like, you know, maybe this door here that's just a utility door. Maybe you can get through there. This door here, why is it called a secrets door? Maybe you can get through there. This door here, the observation exit that's supposed to only be for NPCs. Is it actually only for NPCs? Maybe you should explore and figure it out. Can I time out Ouijione for making a terrible joke that has offended me? Well, if I let you time out Ouijione for that, then I would have to let you time me out for making terrible jokes. And if I let you do that, all of a sudden, I'm silent for the entire stream. There's just nothing happening at that point. No, this joke was a disgrace against Scotland. Was it the fact that you bet money on Scotland and you lost? Because I gotta say, that's a hilarious joke. I didn't put money on Scotland to win. Okay. It's still funny. It's still a good joke. BioShock Infinite still looks great in my opinion. When did that come out? 2015? BioShock Infinite was 2013 as well. Yeah. $2013. And yeah, I agree. It still looks amazing. Like, Same with Dishonored. Dishonored still looks great. Like, this is what I mean. Like, games being 150 gigabytes these days don't make, like, I hate it. They're like, oh, we want it to look realistic. It's like, why? Why do you want it to look realistic? Why don't you just make it look good? People don't play games because they're like, ooh, what's something I can do in real life? Thinking that, yeah, like we're not saying that the style hasn't changed. We're just saying like they still look good because they've been designed to look good. Like the reason AAA games these days are starting to look worse is because they're trying to make them look like real life. It's like, who asked for that? Let's get home from my job to drive a virtual truck or fly a plane or become a farmer, open a shop. And it's like Bubble Shop is always going to look good. Exactly. That explains why sim games are so popular. Well, I mean, sim games are popular because they aren't like running a store. Like, there is so much more that goes into driving a truck than what you get in Euro Truck Simulator. Yeah? There is so much more that goes into running a store than in what goes into shop simulators. They're not trying to make those things realistic. They're trying to make them simulate the entertaining aspects. And that's it. Quite a bit of its lighting models too. Reusing the same texture on different parts of a model can mess up the way lighting is baked. So you need to have big textures. Not the full story, obviously. I mean, if you're going for like obviously character textures and stuff are going to be like very detailed and stuff. And it's like you need to make sure the lighting for those is like really good. But when your game is made using like face scans and mega scans and stuff like that, it's like, why? If I want to run around an environment that looks real, I will go outside for a jog. Mostly aren't dealing with Karens and shop sims. Exactly. You really only need 2K textures on most, and those would have 1K normal maps. Yeah, exactly. Normal maps don't have to be the same size as textures. Very true. What do you mean go outside? Why would you do that? I'm going outside tomorrow, believe it or not. Alright, so that there is the layout of the place. The doors here will have like hand readers on either side. One to reset the puzzle. One to like start the puzzle, like load the puzzle. And then it would create that puzzle in this room. How is it changing? I don't know. Explore. Maybe you'll find a way to get out of this area and uncover more information. Who knows? I would actually go the other way and have 1K textures with 2K normal maps. Normal maps can make a big difference. I think they have diminishing returns, though. Does color depth make a difference? 8 bits to 32 bits. I have no idea, honestly. Schools have now shut due to the thunder because all the roads are closed. But you still have to go to work, don't you, Cam? Oh, no, wait, you have today off. Never mind. Never mind, you don't have to do anything. Normal maps can be expensive in some cases. Especially compared to the texture. Like, if the texture is mostly the same color, like it's just like different shades of the same color, then a normal map having multiple different colors could be larger in size than the actual texture. I won't bother with 4K normals. Unless it was for a lot of props that use same texture. Yeah. But yeah, like, depending on the color that the texture is, it could take up more space than a texture of different colors. Yeah. You can mostly get away with a regular texture being a JPEG too. Yeah. Yeah. The only time you don't want that is when you need alpha, when you need transparency. That's the only thing. So, like, if you had... Well, here's the thing, Mike. If you had a book... Like, if you had a book that was just sitting on a coffee table, you couldn't interact with it or anything. But it was just there as, like, a prop. And it just had like one word on the cover, or like some low quality artwork on the cover. I'd be fine to use a JPEG for that because it's not something that's going to be really looked at. It's just something that's there. Yeah, for small stuff like that, I would use JPEG. PNG are cheaper. Is that because they don't have to be decompressed? Because I guess it depends on what you're trying to optimize at that point. Are you trying to optimize your memory usage, or are you trying to optimize specific load times? Memory footprint is so much smaller. The screen you view my game in, you're going to be up close, so you want to have good detail. Yeah, exactly. Draw calls and texture pools. Okay. Interesting indeed. See this? This is why having micro around is great. You have limited texture pool, and you want to optimize swapping in the pool. That's true. Alright, so if we have that, what do we need to do next? You know what I could do? Let's pop open Blender. Oh, these are the robot. Like, this is the start of the robots. that will be the AI assistants to the scientist. So the scientist is going to have 2 AI assistants, Robot A and Robot 1, because he doesn't want either of the robots to feel like they're second. So there's this waist and torso that can have like these interchangeable heads. Yeah. And then there's this waist and body for the other robot that can have the same interchangeable heads. Yeah. It's going to be great. All right, we need to import. For books. I've got a bunch of JRO stuff. So I want to see... There's these panels. I can definitely use some of these in my game. Definitely. And the next one is Doe. Everyone is seeking 4K monitor, but what's the color depth? 8-bit? I don't know. I'll spell color correctly for you. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to get any information, but vast majority of Ultra HD 4K content gets authored in 10-bit color depth or higher. That means an 8-bit panel won't be able to display content as intended by content creators. So, I mean, if you get one that... Let's see. Because it looks like the monitor you get can be anywhere from 8-bit to 12-bit. Let's see. We want 4K, don't we? Oh, they're all 4K monitors. Never mind. Let's see. Let's go on IPS. Let's go VA. Let's go. I'm bicolor. I write color and color. So you write it incorrectly and correctly. Interesting. Do you have split personalities? Why would you ever spell something incorrectly? Knowingly incorrectly. Okay, so this one has 10-bit color. I assume this one has 8-bit color since they're not saying that it's got 10-bit. This one doesn't say that it's got 10-bit, so I'd say that's 8-bit. So yeah, it depends on the monitor you get. Fun fact, the SNES was the first console to have 8-bit color. It was a pretty big jump from earlier systems, yeah. G'day, Random, how you doing? I need to look into testing. How are we going to do testing as well? Because now that I know what that's going to be like, also, what style? Like, I want it to feel like a research facility in the future. But I don't want it to just be white walls everywhere. You know? Ow. The floor in here will be like a tiled floor, where like the tiles have lights around the edge and they like light up. At different times. Yeah. Do we want to use something like GD unit? Gut. Do we want to use something like Gut? Unit testing framework that allows you to write tests for your GD script in GD script. Gut is compatible with all versions of Godot 4. A full list of releases and Godot version compatibility can be found in the repo. Easily execute a single test in a class, full script, or the entire suite with context-sensitive buttons, menus, and keyboard shortcuts. A plethora of asserts and utility methods to help make your tests simple and concise. Set up and tear down, and pre-post run hooks. Doubling, mocking, full and partial stubbing spies. Parameterized tests. Singleton, i.e. input OS time doubling. Engine error detection and handling by error tracking. Orphan tracking and detailed orphan list to help track down memory leaks. Support for inner test classes to give your tests some extra context and maintainability. Export results in standard JUnit XML format. Multiple ways to run tests, command line interface, VS Code extensions, and run tests directly through the editor with or without the debugger active. This is good. I am very much thinking about using this. Gut is still developed. That is correct. We're going to take a short break. Short break for the ads. Oh, give a bit of a stretch. There we go. What game is this? It looks like it's a 2D game. Looks like it could be a Sonic. Nope. This is like a Mario. This is going back to like Super Mario. Oh, on the Switch. Original platform. Is that gonna be Super Mario Maker? Oh. Okay. It's not Super Mario Maker. I got no idea. There isn't a Zelda maker, is there? No. Not that I'm aware of. This looks interesting, though. It does have a level editor and a platform. It's not Super Mario Maker 2, because that's recent. Super Mario All-Stars. Nah. Holy shit! Holy shit, it is a Zelda! Or 2019, is this Super Mario Maker 2? This is Super Mario Maker 2. Super Mario Maker 2. Jeepers. G. Willikers. Cheese and crepes. So what site is that? That is guessthe.game. They also have guessthe.music. Guessthe.movie. No. Hang on. Guessthe.game. Guessthemovie.name. Mega Moist Cake Mix. I was like, a cartoony looking movie that has Mega Moist in it. It's got to be Sausage Party. Also lunchtime. Ooh, what's for lunch, Temptic? What's for lunch? Guess the logo. What do you think this is? What logo is that? Aya. Publix supermarkets? No. Bread. Bread is for lunch. Oh, I'm jealous. I wish I could afford bread. I have to make my own bread. Depends on what home has made for me. Lucky. Your house makes you things. My apartment just sits here and complains. I do like this idea though. I also want to avoid as many auto loads as I can in this game. Feed the house some power, water, and gas. I don't feed my apartment gas. I feel that makes it gassy. Who wants a farting house? And somehow I get bread out of my box. TMI. TMI, Temptic. Brain fart all the time. All the time. That's the only thing we do. Let's get gut tests. Bam. Ba-bam. Ba-bam, bam, bam, bam. I like it. I think there's a cream for that. A cream for gas. I don't think I want that cream. It means how many steps can lead take? It means how many steps can lead takes to make... Can LEDs take to make RGB 0 to 255 steps, and 10 bits will be 0 to 1024. Yeah. How it will affect the textures, no idea. It's just providing a larger color range. So you can develop your textures to have a larger color range if you're using software that supports 10-bit color to create your textures, which would probably be more of an Adobe thing, because Krita and GIMP and stuff like that will still just be 0 to 255. Let's think. Tests we need to add. I'm gonna need a section for the HUD. The HUD's gonna have some very interesting things going on in it. We'll also need menus. In menus, we'll have pause menu and main menu. Also need to create a user interface screen, which will be brandings. So this will be the first thing that loads. In the main menu, we will have... Basically, most Switch players use 8-bit monitors and 4K resolution. Yeah, exactly. So if we do... main menu... we'll also have... settings. Audio settings. Display settings. Input settings. I also need to figure out default input mappings. Display settings. Audio settings. What else do we need? Game UI database. Show me ideas. Oh my god, load the image. Why are these images so blurry? There we go, Jesus Christ. There's different options. There's gameplay, controls, graphics, audio, language, accessibility, IO account, privacy, opening credits, end credits, exit title screen. See, I don't need to worry about privacy because my game's not going to be online. It's not going to require microtransactions. It's not going to be collecting people's data. I should put a privacy section in my settings. And then when people go to it, it just says, we're not collecting your data. They give a shit. Like, there's nothing for you to accept here. So gameplay. Vibrations, reduce light effects, flashbang dark effects, subtitles. Okay, so like, if they want subtitles, how large they want them, the color of them, background color, if there is a background color, what the opacity of it is, speaker name, whether you want it to be character color or not. So, okay, all of that makes sense for like gameplay stuff. Oil screen shaking, okay. And then this will have like your camera stuff and like all your different controls and whatnot. This here, graphics, your motion blur, your gamma correction, your film grain effects. So this is all the visual effects that apply to like the camera and stuff, like the post effect stuff. Audio. Okay. Language. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't the subtitle stuff underneath gameplay? Settings, gameplay. So they put it in multiple areas to make sure that people could find it, I assume. Seems like that's what they've done. Well, come on. Like, show me the actual accessibility settings. Alright, so this is the pause screen. They do have an options section there, which will display all the same stuff. Okay. Okay. I'm getting an idea of it. So obviously under audio settings, we need master, ambient, UI, music, SFX, ambient UI. Because I am going to have ambient music. Like, not ambient music, ambient sounds. I wonder if that should just be... should ambient just be a part of SFX? I feel like it should be. And I feel like UI should also be part of SFX. I don't see any reason to have UI separate from SFX. But a lot of games do that. Effects, music, dialogue. Ah, yeah, dialogue. Of course. Dialogue. Because I'm gonna have voice dialogue. Yeah. What else is there? Is it like... why did I close that? Why? Output mode. So output mode is going to be like... I'll put UI on a different place to visual FX. So you have a slider specifically for UI sound effects, and have a separate one for in-game sound effects, like dropping something that hits the ground. Have those two as separate audio controls. I'm just having a look to see if there's anything that has specifically a UI volume slider. This one has ambient and SFX separated out, but I don't like that. Interface volume, there's one. Okay. It's usually like music, speech, and sound effects. That seems to be the most common configuration. Background music and SFX, music and effects. UI sound effects, this one's got it. It's just music and sound effects. And Calls of Torment have interface and sound effects separated. This one's got menu sounds as well. Okay. Okay, so we could have like an interface or a menu. Now, interface volume. Yeah. Okay. You've convinced me. I don't know if I have control over that stuff. And it's good to separate SFX and ambient sound, but I don't think it's mandatory. I think SFX, music, and speech are the main ones people look for. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly right. Color wine mode. Oh yeah, we'll get to accessibility stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry, we'll have accessibility. And I guess we'll also have like gameplay settings. Because display settings would be like, I don't know what post-processing effects I'm going to have to turn off and stuff like that. So a lot of that's going to be decided later. Okay, display settings. I guess it'd be like rotation speed. That's not really gameplay, is it? I guess it is, technically. Vibration, I can add. Yep. Okay. So gameplay is like mouse sensitivity, invert mouse, gamepad sensitivities, invert gamepad, vibration. Okay. That makes sense. Invert mouse. Invert mouse Y. Invert gamepad Y. Gamepad sensitivity. I feel like changing this to look sensitivity and invert Y. You turn it on for one, it's there for both. It's there for mouse and keyboard, just done. Oh, sorry, it's there for mouse and controller. That's the word I'm looking for. What else was there? I don't think there's anything else really off the top of my head. Oh, the vibration, of course. Duh. What's next? I don't think there's anything else we really need there. Display settings is obviously going to be resolution. Different types of colorblind mode. I think gameplay will have subtitles on. Actually, subtitles on off. Subtitle color. Subtitle size. Dyslexic font. On, off. And then we can also take these. Pop down here. Languages will probably be under display. I have like a language. Window mode. Resolution window mode. FPS, shadow quality, gamma, brightness, refresh rate, upscaling, FPS, VSync, brightness, shadow quality, bloom, camera blur, upscaling. So we give them the ability to set that stuff. Yeah. I want to get all of this stuff documented now so I know what I'm targeting. I'm not going to worry about a view distance because everything's confined to the rooms anyway. So I don't think it makes sense. Oh, freaking hell. If my neck keeps doing that whenever I get a shiver, at some point I'm going to snap my own neck. Not voluntarily either. It's just, I get a shiver one day so strong that my neck just... Oh. Yeah, I think that's all we really need. I think that's everything we need. Like, do you reckon we should have, like, a texture quality? I feel like a texture quality. And, like, we can let them choose, like, lower quality textures. I think that's good. Make low quality, so no need to change. No, I want this game to be a higher quality sort of thing. I want it to be on the same quality, like visual quality level as like Superliminal or Portal sort of thing. Yeah. It's a pretty common option. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm also going to need, depending on how I do reflections, I feel like cheating reflections and doing the thing where it's like you have another world where the characters are mirrored. So the player turns left, that other character turns right. And then you go up to a mirror and it's just like a viewport displaying the camera or displaying a camera of that. So that way you like move around. It's like showing you the camera position. Yeah. So that way we don't actually have to have reflections. We just have a game world that's just the direct mirror. And we don't need to have any of that stuff have collision. It's just copying the position of its counterpart. But that would eat up a bunch of physics processing. What do you think? Does that sound like it is less intensive than doing actual reflections? Normal map on off or roughness? Nah, you don't do normal map and roughness on off. What you do is, as the texture quality gets lower, you use a lower quality texture, lower quality normal map, lower quality roughness, lower quality metallic, all that. So it all goes down at the same time. There. I'm not sure. I'm talking about like having reflections calculated. Like doing, if we get rid of all this, doing like screen space reflection type stuff. So if we create the environment, we go in here, we do like screen space reflections. Yeah. Screen space reflections are enabled, more accurate than reflections from voxel GIs and reflection probes, but are slower and can't reflect surfaces occluded by others. SSR is only supported on 4+ rendering method, not mobile compatibility. SSR is not supported on viewports that have transparent background, where viewport transparent BG is true. So, it's like, yeah, the maximum number of steps for screen space reflections, higher values are slower. So I was like, I could use screen space reflections, and I could have like a set of predefined steps where it's like high quality reflections, medium quality reflections, low quality reflections. And that just changes the steps here. Yeah. I could do that. And I feel like that's going to be fine. I feel like that'll be slower than having a separate 3D world to doing mirror of everything. Yep. Yep. I remember reading about people using old school Resident Evil style rendering for reflections, where they used reflection probes and then have movable 3D objects be rendered in the mirror. I feel like that would take a lot to set up. It would take a lot to set up. I'm also, it's like the Telltale Walking Dead rear mirror reflection trick. It's like this thing. It's like this. So the rear view mirror allows you to see it's just that reflection area there is what the mirror camera sees. So so that's how they faked the entire reflection. Yeah. It's very funny. And you can see like the texture moves as well. It's insane. It does work well. I don't think I'd bother with that though. It's very cool. It's very cool, but yeah. Alright, so what else? UI and accessibility. Let's see what other accessibility options we need to take into account here. I don't need to worry about screen shake. I'm not going to have screen shake. I'm not going to worry about high contrast. Don't really need to worry about any of that stuff. Yeah. Don't need to worry about any of that stuff. Cool. When I say reflection probes, I mean use the probes to create a pre-baked reflection map and only have selected movable 3D objects be actually rendered in real time. Yeah. I think I'm going to start with just using screen space reflections, and I will let the player choose if they want high quality, medium quality, or low quality, or if they just want them turned off. However, the reason why I want reflections is because seeing yourself in the mirror from time to time is actually going to play a part of the story. Ow. Just, yeah. Audio output mode. Not being impressed with the ray trace reflections. I do not think we're there yet. No. We're not. I'm not a fan of ray tracing at all. Like, people show me ray tracing and not ray tracing stuff, and I'm like, it's the same goddamn picture. What are you on about? There's no difference between these two things. Because there's output device, output latency, get speaker mode. Here we are. Stereo surround, 3.1 surround, 5.1 surround, 7.1. Is there no mono? So speaker mode. Interesting. Interesting. This depends on what is detected. You can have external viewport scening, you know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about doing, but I've decided against it. Playback type. So these are all experimental. Represents the size of the playback type in num. Lower latency and more stable playback with less risk of audio crackling at the cost of having less flexibility. And we currently support on the web platform. Okay. Fair enough. I think that's a good list of settings there. Input mappings will obviously have like walk, WASD, left joystick, W, up arrow, left joystick, up, S, down arrow, right joystick, no, left joystick down. Jesus Christ, right joystick down. What am I talking about? Left, A, left arrow, left joystick left. D, right arrow, right joystick, left joystick right. Jesus Christ. Run. Shift. The right trigger or left trigger that's normally used for run? I feel like it's right trigger. All right. Let's do input settings, default mappings. I would argue that the old Trickery game lighting is often much better results for way lower hardware load. We got really good at the Trickery style of lighting. Yes, it does take, like, the Trickery style of lighting does require more understanding of lighting, as well as a lot more work and tinkering to go into it. So like, it's definitely something I do, like, if I have time to tinker around with that stuff, because I can already see this game possibly taking like 2 years. So I don't want to like add on an extra 2 months or something with tinkering around with lighting and stuff. But we'll have to see what happens. Maybe I'll surprise myself and it will take me like a year. And I'll be like, holy damn! That was fast! How did we do that? I don't know. But, yeah, we'll have to see. We will have to see. All right. Interact will be E. And that'll be to like pick something up or to put something down or stuff like that. I'm just thinking about some of the puzzles requiring you to hold things and like rotate things and stuff. Do we have it so that's like while you're holding something, you can like scroll the mouse wheel to rotate it on the x-axis, hold shift to rotate it on the y-axis. Yeah. There's going to be no crouching in this game either. Oh, actually, maybe I do add crouching. I will need crouching. What's crouching? Yeah, I'll have to think about that. I'll have to think about that. All right. I'm going to call it there. We've got a good start on all of this. We know what our main game area layout's going to be. We know what most of our settings are going to be. And we've got Godot unit testing ready to go so that we can get that configured and whatnot. All right. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. I'm liking it a lot. If this game comes out half as good as what I've got in my head, it's going to be fucking amazing. All right? It's going to be so good. So good. I'm really excited. Are you up testing my demo when it's ready? Sure thing. I'm not streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow, I am getting myself physically prepared for Sunday, which is a 24-hour stream. 24-hour stream on Sunday. And then, yeah, we go from there. You know what? My bathroom belongs to the big ass spider now. Fair enough. Fair enough. What are we developing here? Nothing. We're finishing. The raid is going out in like 8 seconds. I'll be back in 2 days for a 24-hour stream. Have a good one, you good dunce.